Have you ever looked over your shoulder and noticed the same squirrel watching you from a fence, a tree branch, or the edge of your driveway? Perhaps you dismissed it as coincidence. After all, squirrels are everywhere. They dart across roads, leap between branches, and disappear the moment a human gets too close. But what if the squirrel that seems to appear wherever you go isn't there by accident? Most people never realize that squirrels possess an extraordinary ability to recognize individual humans. Researchers studying urban wildlife have discovered that squirrels can distinguish between people who have treated them kindly and those they perceive as threats. They remember faces, voices, movement patterns, and even daily routines with surprising accuracy. In other words, the squirrel watching you may not simply see another person passing through its territory. It may know exactly who you are. That changes everything. Because once an animal begins to recognize a specific human, its behavior often shifts in subtle ways that few people notice. It hesitates less before emerging from cover. It chooses a nearby branch instead of fleeing into the distance. It pauses, almost as though it is waiting for something, while you continue on your walk. To an outside observer, these moments appear ordinary, yet to the squirrel, they may represent the result of weeks or even months of careful observation. There is something quietly extraordinary about being noticed by a wild creature that owes you nothing. Unlike domesticated animals, squirrels are under no obligation to tolerate people. Every instinct they possess has been shaped by survival. They must constantly evaluate danger, remember safe locations, and decide within fractions of a second whether to run or remain still. When such an animal repeatedly appears near the same person, the explanation is rarely random. It is often the product of memory, experience, and an ongoing calculation of trust. But trust in the natural world does not emerge all at once. It begins with recognition, then observation, then learning. Only much later does it become something that resembles familiarity. And perhaps that is why encounters like these stay with us long after they happen. We sense that something unspoken has occurred, even if we cannot explain it. As this story unfolds, you will discover that a squirrel following you can reveal far more than simple curiosity. It may be quietly testing your habits, learning your intentions, and deciding whether your presence belongs within its world. Even more surprising, researchers believe these tiny animals pass information to one another in ways that influence future encounters. By the end of this journey, the most unexpected discovery will not be what the squirrel has learned about you. It will be what its behavior quietly reveals about the universal human desire to be recognized, remembered, and accepted by another living being.